My name is Devin Hopkins. I'm the Director of Client Solutions here at Social Driver, and one of my many roles is to manage all of our marketing. Back in April, we launched the Social Driver blog, Get With The Future, and we've had a lot of success with it. So I'm going to share with you kind of what our process is, how we create a post, and how we go about doing that. Back in April, these are our Google Analytics. We had about 420 unique visitors. This past month, we've had the blog now since May, and we now get 22,000 unique visitors. So I know I said 1,000%. We increased by 5,000%. How do you do that? I have 5 steps here that we go through that we think about every time, every month. So planning, producing, posting, promoting, and reviewing. So first we have planning. The first step here is determining your audience. Then we have determining the goal of your blog, and then we have one clear call to action. So we need to determine your audience so that you know what the content you're creating is. You're not writing this content for yourself, you're writing it for the people that are going to be coming. So knowing who they are, what they read, what they're interested in is really important when you're determining the type of posts and information that you're going to be sharing with them. Determining the goal of the blog is extremely important because that's the way that you're going to know if you're being successful or not. And then having one clear call to action. If you don't know the action that you want your audience to take, how can you expect them to know what action to take? Then what we do at the beginning of each month is we create an editorial calendar. This is super important. We don't just come up with an idea on Tuesday and post it on Wednesday. I mean, sometimes we do, but what we try and do is we schedule out each post that we're going to do. We try and do 2 a week at the beginning of the month. And then we set rough draft due dates, so we know when I'm going to be getting the rough draft and when I need to edit. We know when the team needs to be producing stuff so that we're consistent. People really like consistency. They like knowing when that content is going to be shown to them. So then the production of the post. So what kind of posts do people share? That's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit now. What we have found is the most shareable type of posts that you can do are posts about other people. We use the 80-20 rule, where we want to write 80% of our content about other people and 20% about ourselves. Lists. People love lists. They love them because they know when they see the title that there is going to be a certain number of very clear takeaways. So if you say, let's talk about the title of this presentation, 5 ways to increase your blog traffic by 1,000%. You know that when you leave here, you're going to have 5 very distinct takeaways that you can, go back and use. Thomas always says that, people talk about surfing the web, but in this day and age, people don't really surf. They more poke. They go in, and then they come out. And then they go in, and then they come out. And they go in, and they come out. And they want to get that really quick takeaway, that really quick nugget of knowledge. And lists are a great way to tell them you're going to get that. Time-relevant and debatable issues. This is a really great way to get people engaged in your topic because they generally have an opinion, and they will probably share that opinion with you. So if you're looking for people to share their opinion, try writing about something that is in the news or a contested issue. Other things that help aspects of your business. So we're a small business. We're all very busy, as I'm sure most of you are. The blog, we don't have a full-time person that all I do is run the blog. We all kind of share that responsibility. So whenever we can find other things that we're doing in the business or other initiatives that we have and couple it with the blog, we try and do that. What does it look like? Lots of paragraphs, again, so that it's very easy for people to digest. That poking thing, they come in, they just want to be able to scan it really quick. If you bold the takeaways, the beginning of the paragraphs, it's much easier for people to scan. They feel like when they leave, they've actually gotten something from it. And then images, videos, or infographics. They're easily digestible, and people are more likely to share those types of things with their followers. So actually posting of content. I think this is one of the, if not the most important thing that you can do is crafting a good headline. headlines that communicate value, and that include searchable keywords. So very clearly, back to my title here of this presentation, you know that you're going to sit for 10 minutes and get a very specific thing. People need to know what they're going to get before they click on your link. Otherwise, they're not going to click on it. It's just going to be invisible to them, including searchable keywords. This is really, really important for search engine traffic. So that's really how we make sure when we're coming up with a title or when we're coming up with an idea for a post, first seeing, is anyone actually looking for this? Is anyone searching for that kind of content? When to post. So people have a lot of rules about this. They'll say you need to post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They'll say if your audience is women, you post at night. If your audience is men, you post in the morning. My rule is post when your audience is reading. I don't know who your audience is. I don't know what your content is, but you know who they are. You know when they're reading your content. For us, that's Monday through to Thursday before noon. Our audience is mostly B2B. It's when people are getting to work in the morning. It's when they're opening their email and checking that. For you, it might be, if you're a consumer-facing website, you might have more luck at night when people are online buying stuff. But test it out, see when you have the best time, and then repeat that. So fourth step is promoting. That's when we go back to these other people and we get them to share. So we talked about 19 nonprofit websites. We asked all of them, hey, do you want to share this with the rest of your followers? And we got people like the Acumen Fund, who has 500,000 followers on Twitter, to tweet that they just got this award. That created a huge amount of people retweeting about this until we hit almost 150 retweets in just a day. We only have, several hundred people on Twitter, but by getting these other people to talk about it, it just expands your message exponentially. And then joining other conversations about the topic. So finding out if we're writing about responsive design, are there any hashtags that people are using about responsive design? Can we say, hey, that's really interesting. Here's an article we wrote about it. And people that are actually having that conversation will be more interested then in that. So then fifth step is the non-P word, it's review. So we want to make sure that we're actually having success, that we're actually going back to those goals, seeing a return on our investment there. Our goal was to generate leads, so we track all of our leads through Google Analytics. If people are requesting a quote, are they coming through the blog? We've had 2 great contracts through the blog right now, so about 10% of our business is coming through that. We see that as a success. But if you're spending a lot of time and you're not seeing that success, you need to know that. You need to reevaluate. And a bonus number 6 is repeat. And we just keep rehashing the same kind of ideas with the same audience in mind, with the same goals in mind. And that's how we've gone from 400 people to 22,000 people. So just to review, planning, producing, posting, promoting, and reviewing. And that is all. Yes.